Monday! Woo-hoo! It's Monday! Can you guys believe it? Can you believe it's Monday? Woo!
Monday, Monday.
It's time to get it cranked up. It's time to get going. It is Monday. Monday morning. Woo! All right. We're gonna do this again, guys. We're gonna do this again. We're gonna get to go again. We're gonna get a chance to do this again. I mean,
wow. I love the enthusiasm this morning. It's kind of how I feel. It's weird. I feel like it's going to be everybody's best day of the month.
absolutely, guys. You know, things are starting to unlock a little bit. We're starting to sell listings a lot faster. It seems like, you know, the buyers are just realizing that this is the new normal, you know? Let's start doing deals. Come on, let's go. I know many of you guys have started to tell me, that the market is starting to free up a little bit. And I'm hearing that from around the country. So, well, congratulations on that, because wow, it's been a long, hard winter for many of us. And you know, with all these years, next year will be 20 years. I started this in 2004. I know some of you guys have been around longer than me, but for me, I started in 2004, and it has been a privilege to witness like many people just changing their lives with this business. And that inspires us. I mean, it really does inspire us. You know, we talked about it last Monday when Stuart Anderson got up to, I remember it being 22 active listings, but he corrected me and said it was actually 32 active listings at once.
Who's counting though?
Right. I mean, 20.
Who's counting? They got to sell. They got to sell.
But I mean, it fuels the motivation, right? I mean, when you really think about having, you know, 22 or 32 active listings at once, they will sell. It's just a matter of time. And especially if you're able to do price reductions or price improvements. So, you know, I know that this economy has hurt us because I've seen it in the numbers. I talked to other Century 21 franchise owners, whether it's Dallas or Atlanta or Las Vegas, or Philadelphia. I mean, these guys, we have all been hurt, all of us. And so, you know, I mean, we can't let that determine our future, and it will not determine our future. I mean, we're going to have an amazing week, and we can shape the destiny right here, you know, with our positive energy. And guys, this business, if you didn't know it, this business is 99% positive energy. And that's how we actually will do more and let go of that self-blame. I mean, there's just no reason to carry it around. And so, you know, I want to redefine what is possible, and we can. We've done it before. We're going to embrace it, and we're also going to recalibrate. And I said, you know, many times that the playbook from, you know, the years ago is gone. We've got to recalibrate in this new market. And that's the only way that we can unlock that potential, and we will do that. We will embrace it. And so, guys, I want to remind you guys that we drive the economy. Okay, we do. So, you know, when you say you're in real estate and you're selling houses, you know, people are interested truly in, you know, how's it going? You know, and I met a really interesting guy last night at a dinner party who, he owns an RV lot. He sells these big like motor coaches and all these RVs. And he was very interested in the real estate business as I was very interested in his business. And he was, you know, he was actually saying, you know, how's it going? Are houses moving? Because I know when people start selling properties, you know, they're going to buy more RVs. And so it just made me remember like that we do drive the economy. And if you haven't done great this year, come on, guys, we're going to snap out of it. We're going to snap out of it right now, and we're going to get into our future. All right. And this sounds a little woo-woo, maybe a little bit of woo-woo here, but we have created a vibrant ecosystem here, and we're going to continue to focus on that, and we're going to align it, you know. So this week we need to set out on a new journey, And I love Monday mornings, guys. You know that. You know that I love Mondays, and we can leave behind all that stuff and start over, start a brand new week. So I've been asked several times, guys, to put together a group of agents that can work together in the mornings, that has similar work ethics and similar goals, similar desires to double their income. This keeps popping up over and over again, where people are saying, "Hey, you know, I really miss working together in a in a group." Um, and I think we talked about it last week, where Stuart was talking about the beginnings of the live transfer, where about 10 years ago, you know, we had US based ISAs that were on the phones and making phone calls and doing lead follow-up for us. They were calling on our buyer leads. They were calling on expired listings and for sale by owners. And we started in one small room. I mean, it was the size of a bedroom. I mean, I think there was like 2 or 3 people, and then it grew to a bigger room, and it grew to a bigger room, and until finally it grew into this gigantic thing that actually, here, let me show you what it looked like for some of you guys, that hasn't seen this. It looked like on the LinkedIn profile here. Yeah, right here. If you can see my screen here, this is the room that we had, right here. So there was 54 stations in here. Whoops, 54 stations, and it was a ginormous room. In fact, I think Stuart Anderson's actually back here in the right corner, next to Casey Camby.
There's
And
Brent
Stuart,
right there with this white and blue checkered shirt, back of his head. Yeah, right
yeah,
there.
there's Brent. Yeah, there's Brent. Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah.
there was 54 stations in here. Each station had 4 monitors, about 200 monitors in the room. It got hot. We had to upgrade our air conditioning. Um, and I've been told that, you know, people are missing this environment. They're missing this environment. And, you know, while this was very expensive, this was very expensive to maintain, to run the payroll, the everything. We sold a lot of real estate. I mean, we were selling 150 homes a month, okay, out of this room, 150 homes a month. And it was impressive. It was very impressive until everything got shut down. And then we started outsourcing everything to the Philippines. Um, you know, so back to my slides, I've been told over and over again that agents really miss working in that kind of sales room. And you know, it's happening quite a bit. So I am creating a virtual style of this same kind of thing, where it's going to be a Zoom room where we can create an environment where we hold each other accountable. And so you can turn your camera on, and you can keep your microphone off because you're making phone calls, right? But you can keep your camera on, and that is going to give you a sense that you've got that same type of environment where other people are working, and then you can get inspired by that to continue to work, as well. So I put
Yeah,
together
that's brilliant. I love it. I love it. I love it.
a crazy, thank you so much. You know, I put together a crazy email here. Let me go find it real fast. I worked on it, you know, geez, probably, I don't know, like, I worked on this email probably for 6 hours yesterday. And you know, I put a lot of time and thought into, you know, how could we do this? How could we really do this in a new way? And so I came up with, you know, this thing, you know, just knowing that people need this. I know you guys need, you know, and I'm calling it a daily challenge. It's a daily challenge. It's a Zoom room, and I think it's going to be a game changer for some of you that participate, where you know, it's going to, in a way, it's going to give you some accountability, right? In a way, it's going to give you some accountability where you know, you turn your camera on, you get your camera on for an hour or two, and it gives you some accountability that you've got to do the work, right? And it gives you some accountability that you can do the work. So you know, it is visual. It'll be visual as well, so it'll be kind of cool to be seeing people working. And it'll maintain a mindset of during those designated hours. And we've already mentioned it many times that, you know, it's between, you know, 8 to 12 or 8 to 11, where we need to stay focused on building our business and work on the income generating activities rather than working on our email or working in a file or getting distracted going to Starbucks or something like that. We need to stay focused on building our business. So it's gonna help us to stay committed to, you know, growing our business. And like I put number 4 here, enhanced focus. You know, this will definitely help you stay focused during those designated hours. And I think it's going to unleash your energy to open up the Zoom room, open up your camera, be able to know that there's other agents in there with their cameras on that are doing similar activities. You guys are making phone calls, you're calling your clients, maybe you're shooting over a text message to a client, or you're sending a good email follow-up to somebody you met with over the weekend. It was so great to meet you. I'm looking forward to helping you finding that property. I know you like this one over here on 123 Jones Street. You know, type a good email back and then follow up with a text message, sent you an email. You know, all of those positive growth, those are growth things. Those are income generating activities. So, you know, the more of that stuff you do, obviously that's going to help your business. So I also believe that when you keep your camera on and you're working through this, you know, let's say, and I first of all, I want to say this, that I'm not expecting everybody to do this. First of all, I'm not expecting everybody to do this. Second of all, if you only did it for 1 hour a day, let's say it's between 8 and 9, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m., camera on, you're actually working and doing your work. You know, that's good. You know, 1 hour. If you can do 2 hours, even better, you know, 8 to 10. Or if you could do 3 hours, that's amazing, right? 8 to 11, you're going to find, and I know this, I have proof of this, that if you stay focused on income generating activities from 8 to 11, you will find one seller per day. And if you overnight a pre-listing package every single day, you will take one active listing per week. It's just it's in the cards, man. And you can't talk me out of it. I've seen too many people stay focused on their business from 8 to 10 or 8 to 11, find one seller lead per day, and then be able to send out the pre-listing package, and then magically they have a listing. Oh, wow, that wasn't magic. That was actually great work is what that was. That was great work. So we need to celebrate that. Put it into the chat group, you know, like put it right here into the chat group, just like here in Zoom, and just say, hey, whoops, this is a direct message, don't want to do that. And just say, hey, just set another listing appointment. Awesome, right? And so I just put that into the chat. Or, you know, I just found another client, or I followed up with somebody and found some old business, and ring the bell.
Ring the bell. I was just going to say, ring the bell.
So this is what the exciting part is, and I got to figure this out. I'm going to figure this out with the Zoom, that there's going to be some kind of bell notification that when you find some business, we're going to ring the bell and notify everybody and celebrate. We need to celebrate that.
Chad, you can make this quite authentic, but yet bring it forward. And back in the 70s, mid 70s, we called it a bullpen. The biggest company out there, McPherson's, I worked for them at that time. They were the biggest. A bullpen. We all were in a big round table thing, looking at each other. We actually had a bell when you got a deal. And I could help you get authenticity into that. And it would be a lot of fun, a blast from the past, but to the future.
Yeah, there you go. Awesome. Thank you so much. Because we also had a bell when we had this this room here. There's a whiteboard. If you look over to the left, there's Robin standing up right there, and right on the other side of Robin, right on top of my head, is a big whiteboard over there. And then we had a big bell on the wall. And so anytime somebody set an appointment, they would run over there, ring the bell, and then put their name up on the whiteboard. And
We had a cowbell. We had a cowbell. for
cowbell.
person. You ran over and you hit the cowbell in front of everyone. Big round table.
That's awesome.
Top producers were there.
That's awesome. So guys, I'm encouraging you to go back to basics here. Instead of talking about it, we need to take action. And for many of us, we need this. For many of us, we've had an off year. And I've mentioned this before, that I think most of us have had an off year. I see the numbers. I talked to Juan Martinez, who owns the Century 21 in Las Vegas. He's having a major off year. I mean, they're off by like 40%, 50%, and they have 300 agents, and the whole company's off by 40 or 50%. It's not just us. It's not just you. It's not your fault. It's not your fault, okay? But I will tell you that you can overcome this with more work, more effort. So I want you guys to reserve your spot, okay? And give yourself an hour. Start with an hour, 8 to 9, or maybe 8 to 10. If you're going to be aggressive, like I know my boy Devin Gordon. All right, I've already talked with him. He's going to hit it hard this week. He's got his mom in town to help take care of his kids, and now he's back on the horse. Okay, he's back on the horse. He's going to hit it hard from 8 to 12. I promise you, and I already know that Devin is going to find at least 1 or 2 seller referrals right in this first few hours of the day. Overnight a pre-listing package today, do it again tomorrow, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I promise you, by the end of the week, Devin Gordon's going to have a new listing. All right, and I know you can do it too. All right, so use this time, this 8 to 9 or 8 to whatever time you want to, what you really want to do it, to work your pipeline. The fastest way to a deal is the leads you already have. All right, the fastest way to a deal is the leads you already have. So all you have to do is turn your camera on. And so what I want to show you guys is that, so I think everybody has got like an extra like iPad, or everybody's got like a spare phone. Like I know you have like a backup phone. You can actually use this iPad, or in my case, it's like a Galaxy Tab phone or a tablet. It's got a camera on it right here. So you can actually set this up to stream Zoom. And so this is like your backup device. Use your computer to make money with, but have a backup device, like a second device to run the Zoom on. And then just put it on a stand. Like I've got these stands right here. This little stand right here. And I just put the phone on the stand, and then I just put it on my desk, and then that's it. And I can run Zoom right there from my spare phone on a stand, and that's full accountability to be in the room. So I hope you guys are enjoying what I'm talking about here. I know some of you are probably like, what is this, or what is he talking about? What I'm talking about is that I'm talking about doing the same thing right here that we had in this group, in this wonderful group right here, virtually, right? So we're basically going to have a virtual working session every morning. And so you can go here to the Daily Agent Challenge. That's the name I've got for now. I don't think it's the perfect name, but I think it's a good name for now. It's a domain I already have. So all you have to do is go over to Daily Agent Challenge to access the Zoom room. And then you guys are going to be able to, work together, celebrate milestones. So here's some questions, right? How does the tech work? So you just need to have 2 devices, one for the computer you're going to make money with, and one for the Zoom device. All right. Next is, what should my daily goals be? Okay. This is a big question. Top producers will shoot for 20 to 30 conversations a day. Now that's a lot. Okay. I know that's a lot for you guys. 20 to 30 conversations a day. That's a lot, but see, you can work up to that. So you can start with, 10 conversations a day from 8 to noon. Or if you're really new, maybe you can start out at, 5 to 7 conversations per day. But, you can work yourself up to 10, 12, 15, 20. If you're having 20 conversations a day from 8 to noon, you're going to be finding a lot of business. You're going to find a lot of business. So, all right, let's keep going on the FAQ here. How does it work? Yeah, you just jump on the Zoom, start working, turn on your camera. Can I join the Daily Agent Challenge? Yeah, just there's no, I mean, you need to have, you know, guys, have some couth and have some professional, you know, be professional about, you know, how you look. I would appreciate that. By the way, I had somebody on my demo that was laying in bed last week, which was, I thought it was a joke. There was somebody laying in bed while they had their phone and they had their head on the pillow. Stuart, can you believe that? They had their head on the pillow. All right. How can the Daily Agents Challenge help me reach my daily goals? Okay, this is an important question because, guys, you know, I'm really all about daily commitments and daily goals. All right, which wrap up to a weekly plan. All right, so if you actually did the work, if you did the work of 10 to 20 dials per hour, okay, 10 to 20 dials per hour, that's where it starts. So you got to start measuring your effort. You're going to have to measure your effort. Okay, you can't just be random about your efforts, please. I mean, if you are random about your efforts right now, that's probably one of the big reasons why you're not getting success like you want or you need. You've got to measure everything. How many dials per hour? How many dials per day? Okay, so let's just focus on those two things today: dials per hour and dials per day. Okay, then you can track number 3, which is conversations. How many conversations did I have today? And so going all the way back to the very basics of sales, how many dials per hour, how many dials per day, how many people did I talk to, and how many appointments did I set? Guys, if we can go back to those 4 very basic elements, I promise you, you're going to have a fantastic Monday morning, So how many realtors can we get in there? We can get like over 100 in there. Can I invite other realtors to this? Sure, please do. Just, you know, if they're distracting, then we're going to mute them. Are there any costs? No cost here. There's no cost on this at all. I don't, you know, we're already paying enough money as it is, guys. Can I still join the challenge if I have an appointment during the, yeah, just come in later. So we're going to have the room open from 8 to 11. All right, so from 8 to 11. And then if you have feedback, which I know some of you guys are very opinionated, please give me some feedback, and I love that. So guys, participate. We're going to start here in 7 minutes. In 7 minutes, we start the first, and this is the first. It's so exciting. I mean, we're going to be starting this, and you know, Mark Purdon. I don't know if Mark Purdon's here, but Mark Purdon actually used to sell this same kind of thing at the Mike Ferry Company, and they called it a prospecting clinic. Let's see, is Mark here? Mark is not here. So Mark Purdon at the Mike Ferry Company used to sell this as a prospecting clinic, and a coach would start and give some words of encouragement and some words of and get everybody in the right direction, make sure everybody had their leads, make sure everybody has their leads up, everybody's ready to go, and then boom, they'd start a timer, and then everybody would prospect for 1 hour and then take a break and then have a quick 15-minute meeting. Who'd you talk to? What was some good things that happened? What were some bad things that happened? How can we what were some objections that you ran into that you need to focus on? And then they'd start the clock again, and everybody would work for an hour, and the cycle would repeat 3 times. Okay, they would sell this. I see Michael Slackdish is here. Mike, did you ever go to a prospecting clinic or a prospecting school like that?
Yeah, Chad, I actually ran one.
Oh wow! So you managed them.
Yeah, I managed one, and when it was virtual and when it was in-house, both.
Perfect. Okay. So what I'm not looking to like replicate that perfectly, but it would be awesome if we did have a coach that was, you know, in the Zoom room that was running that on a daily basis. I mean, you could just imagine how powerful that would be to run this every morning. This would be really great. So you can kind of see where I'm going with this. So if you guys are interested in doing this, then all you have to do is jump over to the website there, and it'll launch Zoom for you. And again, we're starting in 4 minutes, which is dailyagentchallenge.com. And losing my voice here. Excuse me. So I'm excited to do this. How many of you guys, come off mute, how many of you guys are excited to have a community like this where you can work together? The camera on.
Let's go.
Yes, that
Awesome.
sounds great.
Yeah, that's a good
Okay.
one. That's a good one, Chad.
Okay, good. All right. Well, I'm really glad that we've got a few people that are interested in kicking this off this morning. We're going to start in like 2 or 3 minutes. So guys, just another reminder is that every day we have an onboarding class at 11. So if you need to refresh on the 5-step listing process, or you need to refresh on how to pre-qualify clients, or maybe you need to refresh on how to access the private ocean, then we run these classes every day at 11. That link is called welcome-to-onboarding.com. And then 1 o'clock, we've got another great session here that Stuart Anderson and I have been running, and it is a slow pitch role play. Stuart, would you say that that's a good name for it, a slow pitch?
Yeah, slow pitch, or break down every objection handler word by word, writing it down, taking notes and practicing. And it's, you know, it's kind of like the Beginner Breakfast Club, except we break it down even more. And this is for people that don't like to get up in the morning, and or people that do get up in the morning and attend the Beginner Club and the Advanced Breakfast Club. It's a way to really break down and ask questions. You know, it's a round table meeting. It's great. It's helping a lot of agents get past their fear of talking on the phone, because there's always a big commission on the other end of the line, right? And it gets so expensive when you're calling people and you're not practiced. So yeah,
Yeah, well, thank you so much. You know, I really appreciate what you're doing. It's hard for me to slow down to that speed. And I mean, literally break it down word by word by word, by sentence, because, you know, we've been doing this for so long that, you know, patience is something that I struggle with. So, you know, it's hard to go word by word by word, but I really appreciate you doing that.
Well, thank you.
agents.
It's a great platform for myself to get better too, because I get a lot out of it myself. So
All right.
there you
All
go.
right, so if
I
you guys
gotta
want to
try
join,
I got to try that because I got the same thing as Chad. So anxious. So I got to see that and see if that'll help me too.
Yeah, show up.
yeah,
Great to have.
it's just the same link.
you're-
Unlock the sales secrets at 1 o'clock, and again, we focus on 1 objection per day. Just imagine that, guys. You work on 1 objection for 1 day for 30 minutes. I mean, you're gonna really start to get it good. And then, of course, we have the 5 role plays that we do every day. So if you're interested in learning about absentee owners and how to talk to absentee owners, we have an absentee owner role play. Or if you want to focus on talking to for sale by owners, then we have a for sale by owner role play. So reach out to us and let us know if you need help on that. And guys, now's when the fun begins. And here we are, guys. We're going to be starting our first camera on working session. Okay. And I'm so excited to get started with this. I don't know why this seems so cool.
I am too, because I know how motivated and competition's good for salespeople.
Yes.
And I remember what it was like back in those days. And I really can see the potential of this, Chad.
Yeah,
It
got
gets
another
me
one.
real excited because we used to do it. That's how I started out in the business.
Yeah, and it works really well. So if you are interested in joining us, head over to dailyagentchallenge.com. It's right on your screen, dailyagentchallenge.com. I'm going to put it into the chat group here, and I'll look forward to seeing you guys over there. And we'll start right now because it's 8 o'clock. So you guys have a wonderful week. If I don't see you, I'll talk to you on Thursday. Stuart Anderson will be here tomorrow for sale by owners. Thank you so much. It is time to begin our week. It's 8 o'clock. Let's go, guys. Let's go. Have a great day.
Thank you, Chad.
Thanks, Chad.
Time to win.